Welcome to the first installment of Disney Ride Lore. Today we look at the first attraction you should be riding if you follow the Magic Kingdom map. We'll break this up into chapters and look at this ride's creation, backstory, and some obscure facts about this attraction. So grab your skipper hat and keep both hands on the wheel at all times as we look at the inspiration for the Jungle Cruise. The Jungle Cruise took heavy inspiration from the True Life Adventure series that Disney produced from 1948 to 1960. The original idea was to have real animals but opted for animatronics, giving the huge undertaking that live ones would have. Imagineer Harper Goff also used the 1951 movie The African Queen as inspiration. It was a daunting task just to get this ride ready for Disneyland's opening day of July 17, 1955. Just to get the foliage alone was a task in of itself. Disney would uproot local orange trees and plant them upside down to make them look more tropical, as well as importing other actual tropical plants to help with this ride's theming. The atmosphere of this ride was very different from what we have today. As skippers today rely more on puns to move the story along, the original version was played as an actual jungle tour. In the 90s, the tonal switch, as well as incorporating Indiana Jones as a tie-in for this ride's backstory. For those of you who don't know, many Disney rides and even restaurants have hidden lore about this group of secret adventures that have ties to even mainstream movies. Spanning such attractions as Big Thunder Mountain, the Haunted Mansion, and the Jungle Cruise as the main vessels for their story, as well as restaurants such as the Skipper's Canteen and Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar having ties to the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. If the name Jock Lindsay sounds familiar, he was a character in the Indiana Jones franchise, making that movie part of Disney Park lore as well. The water park Typhoon Lagoon is actually the first place this society was featured in, and if you read the signs scattered around the park, you'll get a glimpse into the story's infancy. A big part of this attraction for decades was the voice of the Q, Albert A. Wall. Being implemented in 1991, he would give allusions to what you would see while on tour. He was the radio announcer for the Jungle Navigation Company set in the 1930s. If you pay attention to the broadcast, you can piece together the negligence and corruption within the company you are about to ride with. Boards from lost boats and crates from damaged cargo were props used around the queue. Albert also reports of escaped orangutans and attempted sale of a tiger are foreshadowing for scenes you'll see later on in the ride. The sponsor of the radio show was Aero Casablanca, which is an Easter egg to the 1942 film. A lasting rumor is that the actual plane used in the movie was cut in half. The front half was said to be used in the now defunct attraction The Great Movie Ride. The back half was used in the Jungle Cruise. Ironically, Imagineer Harper Goff that was mentioned before was the set designer on Casablanca itself. Another movie reference is when AWOL is reading an advertisement and mentions the Golden Idol. It's a reference from the same idol from the Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark. In 2021, in a retheming of the ride to make way for the feature-length movie, Albert AWOL was replaced by his sister Missy, ending 30 years of the iconic voice of the Jungle Cruise. So this one picture spans two countries. In the Bengal barbecue in Disneyland features a photo of the mascot from Mystic Manor in Hong Kong. Albert the monkey, no relation to Albert AWOL, is the main character of that attraction. He is pictured in a Jungle Cruise boat. Also, a photo of Mystic Manor can be found in the queue of the Magic Kingdom version of the Jungle Cruise. In Disneyland Paris version of the Haunted Mansion called Phantom Manor, one of the suitors for the bride on that attraction was Rowan D. Falls, who was also the captain of the Mark Twain riverboat in Disneyland, and maybe more famously the ancestor of Dr. Falls. The eighth wonder of the world according to the Jungle Cruise is the backside of water, also known as Schweitzer Falls, which is named after Albert Falls, who also has no relation to Albert the monkey or Albert AWOL. In the pre-show for the Magic Kingdom version of the Enchanted Tiki Room, Claude and Clyde Birdbrain describe an encounter with the python they met on the Jungle Cruise, the same one that grows anywhere from 1 foot to 12 inches. The Skipper Canteen restaurant in Magic Kingdom is the in-universe meeting headquarters for the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. If you look at the bookshelf, it's littered with various books from members of this group, as well as references from the many rides and attractions their backstory is associated with, even having the clothing and pheasants worn from other members. And finally, the Skipper's Survival Guide handed to cast members directly mentions Indiana Jones as a passenger on this attraction. He was in search of the Temple of the Forbidden Eye, which is the name of the temple you pass by in the Disneyland version, making this attraction have many direct ties to the movie franchise as previously stated. But that'll do it for this episode. I hope you found my information for this video informative for this Disney classic. If you guys want to see me do more of this video, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know any other rides you'd like me to cover in the future. But until next time, drop a like if you enjoyed this, subscribe if I earned it, and thank you for watching.